everyone, and my name is Rituraj Srivastav. As it was introduced about me, that I have been an avid banker for the last 22 years. I've worked on various profiles, various domains, and one of the major banks of the country. And apart from that, I'm also involved in motivational speaking and motivations to people, life coach as well for last 36 years. So it's a combined effort which I have been working on myself and trying to give back to the society. So let's come to the topic and let's start this because this topic has a lot of uh, uh, wide network of understanding which is important for all of us, especially the kind of situation or the whole world is right now facing because of Corona. We all are under stress. There's a lot of difficulties, mental stress. So, mental health is a very important aspect of today's life. And it is not only affecting you, me, it is affecting worldwide everyone. So, especially for people like you, young students who have a whole career ahead of them, there's a life ahead of them. They have so many dreams to conquer. They have so many successes to achieve. So we have to understand that mental health will be our key to get to the success and achievement. So before I start this presentation, I always have this very beautiful story, which I have been telling it to myself and I share with everyone else. I would love like you also to hear it. And this story says a lot of things because in my 22 years of a career working with corporates and other organizations, whenever I have been in a problem, whenever I have faced difficulties, whenever I have challenges coming my way, and I just have to think what I am supposed to do, I come back to this story again and again. So let me start the story. The story is about a crab. There's a competition of crabs, and there is a big arena of a stadium where the crabs have come to compete with each other on various sports competitions. So out of those various competitions which are happening, they basically are hurdles. You have to pass on one hurdle to another hurdle. So at the end of the competition, there are 10 crabs which are finally selected for the final 10, and the final 10 have to compete on one final hurdle, which is the most difficult. The competition is saying that is the most difficult, most steepest. So you have the person who will win that particular competition is going to be the winner, and he or she has to pass on that steep hurdle which is there. So what happens actually? You see, 10 crabs are there, and the whole crowd is there. Lots of people are there, and the hurdle is unraveled. It is unfurled in front of them. What is that hurdle? So whenever everyone sees that hurdle, they are shocked. They say, "Oh my God, this is so difficult. It's an absolutely slippery mountain kind of a range where they have to go and reach the top." So people who are there as an audience, they start saying, "This is very difficult. Nobody will be able to do it." And these crabs also, they're also seeing it and they say, "Oh my God, this is so difficult." Their coaches, their gurus who have been teaching them, they will say, "This looks very difficult." Whereas the crabs are there, some are very strong, some are very well built up, some have a lot of professional experiences, some are mentally very strong, but still they are all listening to all these people who are saying that this is not possible. So the competition starts. So the first crab, which is the strongest, starts starts walking or climbing to the steep hurdle. He goes to a little bit distance, and let me tell you, after a small distance, he slips and comes back. He comes down. So now everybody is saying, "Oh my God, such a strong crab, and he could not get it. He could not reach the top." So he goes out. The second one comes. He's even tougher. He's stronger. He's mentally stronger, and his coach looks to be a kind of a dizzy-acre of the whole competition. He starts moving. He goes to a little bit distance, and again he comes down because he's not able to reach the top. So there are 9 crabs with their own expertise, with their own experience, with the strength. They keep on going up. Nobody reaches the top. Nobody. So there's only one left. One small crab, which was very small, smallest of all the 10. And his chance was the last. He had come to the final 10, so he had to go. So now everybody started saying, when all these strong crabs who had experience, strength, expertise, they could not do it, how can this poor guy will do it? He's so small, guy. So people started having sympathy for that crab. It's not possible. So his turn came, and the crab starts moving out. And he starts going up and up and up and up and up, keeps going up, keeps climbing, and he reaches to the top. He reaches to the end of it, and he is the winner. Everybody was like shocked. Everybody started clapping. This is amazing. Such as he's the smallest of all. He has no strength, there's no muscles, no expertise, and he has just reached the top. What happens? Then the presentation ceremony starts. So the third crab who came third is announced, and he comes and starts. He gets the third prize. The crab who gets the second prize, he's announced. He comes and he gets the second prize. And then the first prize announced. Okay, the first prize goes to the smallest crab. And people are watching him. The crab is not moving at all. He's just standing there. That small crab who had won the first prize is still standing there. He's not moving at all. So now everybody is shocked. Why isn't he moving? Then out of that arena where the crab was standing, a person comes, a bigger crab comes, who's kind of a guru to the crab, comes, holds his hand and takes him to the dais and tells everyone, let me inform, this crab, small crab, is deaf. He's an absolute deaf. He has won the first prize as deaf. So so everybody starts clapping. So the first thing, the first thing which I learned and which everybody will learn from the story, and which is the key of it, that the more the people you listen to people saying this cannot be done, this is not possible, this is impossible, you will never do it. The crab could win it because he was not listening to anyone. Whether it was good, bad, advices and admonitions, he was not available to any one of those. He just knew that he has to reach there. His eyes were clear, and he didn't even know what are the challenges because he was not listening. He was unaware of the hurdles, the problems, the weightage of the problem. So he could do it. Similarly, in our lives also, this is the story which every day we all go through every day in our life. When you start your journey, when you start to do something in your life, when you are living your life on a daily basis, when you create a set of goals for yourself, you will have people giving you various kinds of advices. Obviously, they will give you advices, but there is a lot of negative advices also. And those advices pulls you down mentally. They don't pull you down with your physical strength. They just pull you down mentally, and the mind which controls everything. So, if you are deaf and if you are concentrated and focused in your work, in what you have to do, you will definitely be the winner. That is the first and the biggest take which I learned from the story, and I've been following it last 22 years. So I understand you guys are right now in one of the most difficult phase of your life because there's after the graduation, uh, post graduation, you have to understand what you have to do. This is a whole big world. Challenges are big. So whatever I can understand, I was just trying to visualize myself in your shoes 25 years down back. And let me share a small uh, slide which can actually explain my understanding about your challenges. I'll just show you.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Actually, the students are not able to hear your voice.
Oh, they're not able to hear my voice?
Is it audible to everyone now? It's
Hello?
audible to me.
Is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank
If you
you.
look Okay, so did you hear that crab story? I don't know whether you heard the crab story completely. So the idea of that crab story was that that the crab which who was deaf could climb the steep hurdle and win the prize. So anybody who is focused and who knows where to go, who doesn't listen to a lot of people, who pulls you down, you will achieve more. If you will keep listening to a lot of people who are trying to tell you this is not possible, this is impossible, you will always be coming down. So I want to share the slide with you. Is it visible, Dikshita? Dikshita,
Yes,
this is
sir.
visible?
It's visible.
Okay. So let's first understand. I mean, before we go ahead, we just understand because we have a topic which is very important. It says coping mechanism for students to increase their competitiveness and strengthen their career fund. If you ask me personally, I don't believe in coping. I believe in success. So I'll say successful mechanism for students. You don't have to cope with your challenges. You don't have, no way. Face the challenges and win over it. Win, that is more important. So the idea, we are going to discuss, we're going to talk about today is about winning mechanism, not about coping mechanism. So uh, let me just skip this. I was telling you what is my understanding of your current situation. Because I was trying to visualize myself what I would have been going through if I would have been in your shoes. So, what are the set of situations and challenges which you guys are facing? If you might be some other additional things which you might be talking about. So, I have just tried to concise myself in few important points. The situations right now which I can think about you is that you have to dream. There are a lot of dreams to be fulfilled for you. There are a lot of dreams to be fulfilled. You have to face a lot of competition at each stage. Going down the line, with days to come, months to come, you'll have to face a lot of competition, and there's a lot of fear of future. You just don't know what lies ahead because there's so many negativity happening right now. There's so much challenges happening right now. There's a lot of competition all around. So you just don't know what is going lying ahead. You don't know what is the best path forward because if you would have known the best path forward, you would have been sticking to that. Until we reach and come to the final result, we don't know what is the best path. So that's kind of a situation you might be going in your mind. What is my best path forward? How to move ahead? And there's so many distractions in your present life. In the student life, there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of emotional distractions, a lot of physical distractions, a lot of challenges in terms of studies, pressures. So you might be thinking, oh my God, there's so many distractions. I'm not able to concentrate on what I want to do. And then this thought which is always there in our mind: if I fail and I don't have a backup plan, what will I do? I just don't have anything else. If I don't get this, whatever I'm dreaming or what my parents have been telling me or what I am planning to do, what will happen to me? This is a constant which goes in our mind. And last, which all of us go through, let me tell you, all of us, we say nobody understands my situation. My situation is real bad. I'm in a very bad shape right now. I don't know, nobody understands my situation. So this is what I understand about you being there, what you're going through in your mind and heart, and what are the challenges. The first challenge is family pressure, expectation of parents, which are always there, like huge expectations. They want you to reach particular point, or they want you to become someone they have already defined, or you have defined for yourself. There's a lot of expectations which you have to fulfill. Peer pressure, friends doing better than you. A lot of friends do better than you. At your age, you'll find a lot of friends doing far better than you, and you'll be like, oh my God, he also did well. He also got success. He has achieved what a lot of guys went through IIT and I could not. I'm still doing a graduation. So a lot of issues come into your mind. I went through all that. Sibling effect. Siblings, your brothers, cousins, they somehow keep on doing better than you. I have faced that. And when they do better, you go into kind of a challenge for yourself. I have to perform. I have to somehow do better. I have to achieve my dreams because they have already done it. And then the most important part at a young age, maybe at 20, 21, is the relationship pressures. There are a lot of emotional breakdowns. You will have trauma because of you were in a relationship, some love relationship or emotional relationship with your lover or a partner or a best friend, and that bogs you down. You are putting so much of your energy, your time into that you end up getting confused. You don't know what to do. This is a challenge. Some people go through health issues also. That again is a very selective pick of people, but they do go through this health issues, and it affects them. Monetary issues, again, some who have risen from a humble background and the parents are really working very hard for them to study in a big college or to do better. So they also are having a lot of economic burden of family that they go through. So what is all these challenges and situations which you are facing and which we have been facing and people across the globe have been facing? What is that one line which is very important for all of us, which we always have to remember? And I'm telling you, I've been meeting people, I counsel people who are successful, non-successful also. I interact with a lot of corporates, politicians, engineers, bureaucrats, and my own life, what I've seen. I can give you only one statement, and that statement is a true mantra of life. That statement is, impossible is nothing. Impossible is nothing in this universe. You can do anything. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to dream, whatever you are dreaming, whatever goals you have set, it is not impossible. It is I am possible. That's fine. It is I am possible. It is actually impossible is nothing. You can achieve that dream. You just need to know the set of goals, the ways to achieve that. That is the only key. You need to have that key to open that lock. There is nothing called impossible. So keep it as a this mantra should be always in your mind as you're growing with your age. A lot of challenges will keep coming in your life. There's a lot of challenges you already are facing. There is nothing called impossible. And I'll also share a small uh, about a small anecdote about a person, not anecdote, it's a quote about a person called Mr. Vivekananda. Today is one of his, today is his Jayanti. So I was very much influenced by Mr. Swami Vivekananda. He always used to quote about a character called Nachiketa, and I'm not sure how many of you have heard about Nachiketa. Nachiketa is a character in Kathopanishad, and he talks about he has gone to God and he has met Yamraj and he says about himself. So he has a very beautiful statement he makes. It's in Hindi, and it actually works very well for anyone who is moving ahead in life. He says in Sanskrit, I will just translate it in Hindi. He says, इस संसार में बहुत लोग मेरे से बेहतर हैं. इस संसार में बहुत लोग मेरे से बेहतर हैं, पर मैं बहुतों से बेहतर हूं. इस संसार में बहुत लोग मेरे से बेहतर हैं, पर मैं भी बहुतों से बेहतर हूं. इसलिए इस संसार में कुछ ना कुछ तो कर ही लूंगा. So this beautiful statement he makes, and it is the thing which motivates me today and which motivates everyone. So you are better than many. There are many who are better than you, but you are better than many. So you will definitely be able to do something in this world. So don't worry. Don't get stressed out. Don't fall into this mental health issues or any kind of pressure. So impossible is nothing. So what happens actually? So what are the key things you should follow? That's very important. If you have to achieve something in life, and I have whatever I have learned, I'm going to share it with you. Why there are set of people who are failures and why there are set of people who are successful? What is the difference? What are the key things which makes a person successful, or an organization successful, or a person successful? Few key things which differentiates within them is making or setting your goals. If I ask you, all of you together, all of you there, although I'm not able to interact right now, how many of you have set your goals for the next 5 years, 2 years, 7 years, 10 years, 6 months, 2 months, 2 days? When I say set your goals, you actually know this is my goal. I have written it down and I'm going to achieve it. The key differentiation between organizations and individuals is that you have to have your goals in life. Let me tell you, friends, as you will grow in age, when you will realize those people who are just flowing with the flow, they don't have any goal. Life throws them to place where the life wants. Those people who have set their goals at a young age, they achieve what they want. Even if they don't achieve, they are not stressed because they end up achieving something else. So your success, your health, your mental health, the success in competition, everything depends upon whether you have set your goal. So as you can see in the slide, I have mentioned few points. All organizations in the world make their goals. All organizations. Please remember, all organizations, small, big, bigger, they have their goals fixed. And they make their weekly goals, quarterly goals, and yearly basis. And all successful people set personal goals. Go and if you talk about Mr. Mukesh Ambani in the country, Narendra Modi, or anyone, or Sundar Pichai, they have their goals fixed. They have a daily itinerary of what they want to do every day. And this is one thing which we are not doing in India. Nobody tells us. When I was young, nobody told me, yeah, you should have your own diary on set of goals. What to do? And let me tell you, there's a difference between goal and dreams. So goal, you have to be very realistic. Mera goal, I have my goal. My goal is that I want to become an IS officer. So once I have set a goal, I want to become an IS officer. So it's like written over there, and it has to be realistic. I mean, I think I can become an IS officer, so I have made set a goal of becoming an IS officer. It's not that I think I am not good in studies and I want to become an IS officer and I'll set my goal as an IS officer. Okay, I want to become an IS officer, set my goals. I have to fix a timeline. Every goal has to have a timeline. This is very important. Let me tell you, friends, if you have a goal and you don't have a timeline, that goal has no meaning at all. It has no meaning at all. Everyone who is successful in the world, they work with timelines. So there you should always attach a goal with a time, date, and year of achievement. I want to achieve this by this date, this day, this year. This is the key to your success. If you have not added a timeline to your goal, you will only have a goal but no success. And another thing, always write your goals and dreams. I to advise everyone, I'll advise all of you. You have a whiteboard, buy a whiteboard. It is very cheaper these days. You should have a whiteboard. And you should keep that whiteboard right in front of your bed. Every day when you wake up, look at that whiteboard. On that whiteboard, write what you want, what is your goal. And daily see that. Just write it and see it daily. And let me tell you, you don't have to do much more than that. Rest, everything will fall in place. Write the goal, write the timeline, what you want to achieve, and see how the universe also starts working for you. These are these are proven techniques which I'm telling you, which we all do it every day to be successful. And let me again, please understand, goals are not always monetary. It's not that I have to only achieve 5 lakh rupees, 5 crore rupees, I have to start earning 5 lakh rupees a month. They can be humanitarian also. A lot of organizations have humanitarian goals. I want to do this. A lot of social organizations, governments have humanitarian goals. You can have it. You can have examination oriented goals. I want to get past this examination. I want to be successful in this examination. These are your goals. You can have emotional goals. I want to get married. That's an emotional goal. I want to get married to X person by this date, this month. A lot of people, if I ask you, I've met a lot of young guys, and I ask them, what is your goal? And some of them come back and tell me in relationships, so then I want to get married first. That's my goal. I said, okay, but by when? So and then they will have answers like, pata nahi, maybe jab ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega. I said, why don't you give a date and time for yourself? So they don't. They have not. So when you give a date and time for any event in your life, please mind it. Whenever you give a date and time for any event in your life, you are creating a future which is written with signature. This is the fact of life. Ask anyone who is senior to you, they all have missed it, and whoever have done it are successful. Always create an event with time and date. And now, one important aspect which you should understand, there's a difference between goals and dreams. Dreams are different. Dreams can be vague. When I have a dream that I want to go to Mount Everest someday, it is not realistic. I'm not fit with, I'm not very good at health right now, and I'm dreaming about going to Mount Everest. That is vague. I want to dream that I want to go to moon someday. I want to travel to Europe someday. These are imaginary dreams. Maybe I don't have the money right now, but I'm imagining that. So always distinguish between your goal and a dream. Goals are realistic. You have to pass an examination. You have to get married. You want to be something, someone, achieve particular position in your life. Then these are goals. But dreams can be anything. So don't stop dreaming. And so once you've started, I'll share some very interesting thing, with my own self. Uh, and you guys, please don't do it, because that's something that is why I'm here to tell you. I wanted to buy a camera, a high-end camera, and it was my dream because I love photography. So I was dream I would buy a very high-end camera, specialized camera, Nikon. And I also have a fear of water. I had a fear of water, so I wanted to learn swimming. It took years. I used to dream that I will be swimming someday, but I never learned it. I never took it. It was a dream. So one year, last year in fact, I said, okay, this year I'm going to fulfill my dreams. So I wrote my dreams. The dreams can be imaginary. So I wrote my dreams. And I'm telling you, this is a fact. And I have been telling it to others also, and they have also achieved it. So I said, this year I'm going to fulfill my dreams. So I wrote my dreams and gave a timeline. And interesting, let me tell you, I used to go with my child every day to a swimming pool, but I never tried to learn swimming. I was just sitting over there enjoying my children having learning doing the swimming. But the day I gave a timeline for myself, the next 1 month I will learn swimming. Interestingly, the next day while I was returning from my office, something inside my mind told me to go to Decathlon and get a swimwear. And I bought a swimwear. And the next day onwards, I went to that swimming pool and I asked the teacher, "Can you make me swim?" I learned it. Within 1 month, I had my birthday. Within 2 months, I had my birthday, and I bought a camera for myself. Although I could have bought it long back, but I was just prolonging it because there was no fixed timeline. I told to myself I will buy a camera for myself on this birthday, and I got it. So this timeline, fixing a timeline to your dreams and goals is very important. The difference between competing and not being successful and competing and becoming successful is only about fixed timelines. Even when we are working in an organization, we give a timeline to every project which we do. When we start doing something, we give a timeline. We'll do it in 1 month. We'll do it in 1 week. We'll do it in 2 weeks, 2 months. And it is because of these timelines we are able to achieve things. So remember this. This is a key to it. Now let's come to the other things which stops, which a lot of people face, and which I have also faced. A lot of people face. देखिए ये मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है, नहीं कर पा रहा, इतना कंपटीशन में, इतना स्ट्रेस है मेरे लाइफ में, आई एम सो मच स्ट्रेस, आई एम नॉट एबल टू डू इट. एंड why is the stress so much? If you ask them, oh, there's so much stress because everything is so difficult. तो ये कैसे खत्म होगा? तो people say कि मेरा नहीं, it's my stresses will never be over. But there is something why it is not over, and a lot of people suffer because of it, and they keep suffering and they are not successful because they suffer from two syndromes. And let me tell you, friends, never write it down. Never ever get into the trap of the syndrome. If you get into this trap of the syndrome, you will always have stress in your mental health. That syndrome is let me show you this syndrome. The syndrome is unique and magic syndrome. Now, what is this unique and magic syndrome? Unique syndrome says, my situation and problem is unique. Whatever problem you are facing, and you will say, my situation is very unique. मैं बहुत different हूँ. मेरे life में जो हो रहा है बहुत unique है. It's very unique. जो मेरे साथ हो रहा है और किसी के साथ नहीं हो रहा है. Nobody else is facing it. And you go one step ahead. There is no solution to it. ये मेरे problem, my problem has no solution. I'm going to face a competition, but I'm not able to do it. I failed twice. There's no solution to it. It is so unique. Then you ask, have you tried all the remedies? Yeah, I've tried all the remedies. I've tried everything. But still it is so unique that I'm not getting any solution. And finally, the underlining statement, which everybody comes with, nobody understands me. Guys, these are all just stress expansion, stress creators. Your situation is not unique. I also went through this when I grew up, when I started facing the world, the reality of world, trying to know people. There are others also facing the similar situation, and there are others who have already faced this kind of situation. You have those teachers in your college, they have all gone through. That's why they tell you what to do, what not to do. You have parents at your home, elders at your home. They have also, maybe the problem which you are facing, that might not be the same, but there are others who have the same problem. So you are not unique. Your problems are not unique. So if you go out and talk to people, if you try to find a solution, you will find a solution. There is a solution to every problem in your life. So don't get into the unique syndrome. That will not give you the answers to cope up with your to win over the competition. And that will create more stress in your life, more mental health problems. And the other syndrome is the magic syndrome. Now, this is a very unique thing which a lot of people face. Lots and lots. एक दिन ऐसा आएगा कि एक मैजिक होगा और मेरे लाइफ के प्रॉब्लम्स खत्म हो जाएंगे. Someday, some magic will happen and all my problems will be solved. I am facing this issue. Some magic will happen and this issue will go away. I will one day wake up and I'll find answer to all my questions, which will be lying on my bed written. People do imagine this. This is imagination. They live in that. Some magic will happen, or some kind of a saint or somebody will come and they will just come out of thin air and they will solve all the problems. No, friends, nothing like that or magic will ever happen in your life. Magic has already happened. The magic is that you are alive and you are there. This is the most beautiful thing to be in this life. The magic of being here in this universe, it's you. And you have all the answers to yourself. So don't try to have unique problems and don't try to have magic issues. There's nothing called magic. Everything comes from hard work. And there is an underlying statement which I'm telling you, there is no substitute to hard work. There is absolutely no substitute to hard work. So what are the key mantras of success? Once you have understood, and I am pretty sure you will not fall into this unique and magic syndrome. So what are the key mantras of success? Let's come to that. I call it DP. And let me tell you, this DP has been written in our Shastras, written in all the ancient texts. This is the key to spiritual success, materialistic success, social success, personal success, emotional success. This is the key. DP, discipline and patience. These are the two things. If you want to achieve something, you want to do something, you have to do that particular act with discipline. You have to learn that act with discipline. People who are not successful, most of them are only because they are not disciplined with their efforts. हमारे शास्त्रों में when I went and I was meeting the sadhus, and I have been with sadhus in Himalayas also, and then I went there and I saw them, even at the coldest winter, they will be there available at 3:30 in the morning, and that is the Brahma Vela, and they will do it. They will do the recitation, they will do their puja, meditation. The effort is so sincere. They're so sincere with the efforts. You go to any successful person in this country, maybe Ambanis, Bianis, Modis, anyone, Narendra Modi, or anybody whom you may find successful, or Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, they are so disciplined with their efforts. Absolutely. So make your efforts disciplined, but there are some very important aspects to it. Don't try to judge your efforts. Someday you might not feel like doing that effort for 1 hour. You might only feel like doing it for 5 minutes. You might like to work for that for only 20 minutes. Do it. The important aspect is doing. It's not about how much or how big. So don't qualitize your efforts. Never. Don't quantize your effort. Always qualitize. You are there. That is important. So keep doing whatever you're doing with your pace and result, irrespective. That is very important. And second is patience. Now, this is the key. And all of you are women. I think you're born with patience. I'm so happy to talk to you people, because for males, if I have to guys, they're sitting over there, I have to interact with them. So actually, I have to. Sometimes I think I could inject patience in them, because somehow the males are less patient. Women are born with this attributes, patience. But then, how to use it is important for women. You have to use it in the right direction. Don't panic or rush when you're working if things are not happening in your life. If you have taken an exam, you have not passed, don't panic. Don't panic. None of the efforts is going to go wasted. I'm telling you, after so many years of my experience, I have met so many people. I can give you in writing and visual effects. Don't panic or rush for results. If it has not happened today, it might happen tomorrow. Absolutely. And again, one important aspect to it, you should always remember it. Sometimes results manifest in different ways and different intervals. Like you want an X goal to happen at X day. Maybe that amount of result will not happen that day. Some other thing will happen. But the result for which you made a lot of efforts will happen some other day. So don't panic. The results will happen. And whatever has happened that day has some connection with that result, the final result. So if things are happening, results are coming in a different ways. And I tell you an example. When I was doing chemistry honors from Kirodimal College. And I don't know, I was like, I don't know why I was doing chemistry honors. But I have one reason. I wanted to take Indian Forest Services examination. I mean, I wanted to become a bureaucrat. So there was something like an Indian Forest Services examination. And somebody told me, in Indian Forest Services examination, you only need to have a science graduate. And I was good in science. I was far better in humanities also. But I was going to write, okay, fine, I'll go for science. And I took and I did a chemistry honors. After chemistry honors, I prepared for MBA. I got for MBA. I was preparing for civil services. I took the IAS exam, interviewed twice. I couldn't succeed. So I was like, oh my God, my life is over. Everybody, my friends, all have become IAS officers. I'm the only guy who is non-bureaucrat right now. But today, here, sitting right in front of you, I'm equally successful and happy and contented. Success is not about positions. Success is not about money. Success is a sum total of your personal feeling and achievements. There is a difference. Success is, you can be successful, but there's something called achievement. I have achieved. Now, today, I'm very happy. I'm contented with what I've got every materialistic things in my life. I'm giving back to the society, and I'm doing it better than my friends who became IS officers. Some even had a lot of issues in their lives, and they are, I mean, they have faced a lot of problems in their life. But when I was trying to visualize myself when I was at your age, I was thinking, oh my God, they have achieved everything and I have left back. No, it didn't happen that way. Life will give you a lot of chances. There are a lot of parameters on which we have to be successful. So don't worry. If the results don't come the way it happened today, it will come in a different way tomorrow. If you have not been achieved what you wanted today, you will definitely achieve something better tomorrow. I can write it down and give it to you. So be very, very clear about it. Write it. This should be always in your mind. This is the key to your mental health. Don't lose your patience and be disciplined. Now, I will give you some very interesting mantra, and this is the key to the all the things that you are facing in your universe. And I will ask you, and when if we have a question answer session, some of you can come back and answer me that. When you wake up in the morning, when you open your eyes, do you visualize how will the day be today and what you want from the day? Do you ever visualize? Do you just when you wake up and you just close your eyes and okay, today I want this to happen, this to happen, this to happen. I want all these success to happen in my life today. Do you do that? Let me tell you, most of people don't do, and who do, they would be very sick. So Kanika says she does it. That's lovely. Most of the every person who is successful, this is the most important aspect of a success: visualization. If you want anything to happen in your life, try to visualize it. Visualization is the connection, the medium through which your soul, yourself, your mind interacts with the universe for the results to happen. You will see every successful person keeps a diary. If you ask me if you ask me what you're going to do today, he'll say, let me check things to do today. There's always a diary which says what he wants. If you see Olympics, or the runners who go for running for Olympics, 100 meters, 400 meters, when they're starting from the track, they close their eyes and they visualize themselves running without running. They just run themselves from the mind. Similarly, when you start your day, visualize yourself what you want to do. And I'm assuring you with full confidence, if you do it regularly, you will create anything what you want. Impossible is nothing. Anything which you want will happen in your life. You just have to close your eyes, visualize, okay, today I want to read that book, I want to finish that book, I want to become successful. That work has to be completed. I have to meet such person. I expect that person to come and say sorry to me. All that, whatever comes in it. Today, whatever you want to do. Similarly, extrapolate it. When you get time, extrapolate it for that tomorrow, day after. But every day you should do it. If you have a vague dream and you want to make it successful, every morning visualize it. Every evening before going to sleep, visualize it again. And within few months, 1 month, 45 days is the average which I've seen with people, you will see it manifesting in life. And it will also give control on your situation. You know why people having mental health issues? Why people are so getting stressed out? Why people are not becoming successful is because they don't have control on their lives, on the situations in their life. It's like a river. They have been thrown into the river, and the river is taking them. They are not swimming and making their way out. If you want to make your way out, you have to use these techniques. Very simple techniques, but they are the key differentiator. So if you start doing a visualization, there are three important aspects, audio, visual, and kinesthetic. Audio is your voice, what you can hearing. Visual is how you look, what you look, and kinesthetic is the touch. So audio has an impact. Kinesthetic has also impact. Visual is the biggest impact. A very simple thing. You might have seen a movie long back, 10 years, 7 years back, 8 years back, and you might remember every dialogue. Even the movie story. But a lot of things which you might have heard 7 years back, you don't remember. Or the book you read, you might not remember. Because the visual impact of that movie is always there in your mind. Similarly, when you have to create your future, you have to build your future, use that visual impact. Every day, create your future. Every day. It's very important. I'll share one slide with you. And I have practiced this. This is something which we have been practicing. Lots of successful people have been practicing. Lot of unsuccessful people who have been having a lot of patterns of failures in their life. And I have told them and made them follow this technique, and they've become highly successful. The first thing that comes into them is their control on the success. They don't know what is to be done today. You'll feel so contented. You'll feel so peaceful. You feel so happy because you know what you want. And you also know what is not coming your way. That's also very important. A lot of things don't happen. Even if you want, it won't happen that day. But at least you know what is not coming. So let's come to this slide. Visual effect. Always visualize your work. Always visualize your work. Whatever you are doing, you're studying, you're practicing, you're playing music, whatever, always visualize your work. Whenever you wake up early morning in bed, visualize all that you wanted to have or have to do today. It is the key to your success, key to your happiness, peace. And before sleeping, when you're going to bed, before sleeping, visualize all that what you want it to happen tomorrow or in future. Everything which you want. And let me assure you, friends, you can visualize anything, any vague thing in the world. And I'm telling you it will happen. Just keep doing it every day. Remember DP, discipline and patience. DP is the core. So don't forget that. Even if you're visualizing something, dreaming something very vague, but do it with discipline and patience every day. Whatever you think you have to do, write. Writing is the key. We have lost it somehow, And let me tell you, the connection, the body connection, the mind connection with the universe is only through writing, which is the strongest way to connect. That is why, agar aap dekhoge, I have a very interesting thing. I have done this interesting project with a lot of people. I write something. I ask them to write what they want to do, and then I ask them to sign. Everybody stops for a second. If I give you a blank paper and ask you to sign, you will stop for a second. Why? Why do you hesitate while signing? Because your signature is a connection with your soul and the universe that no matter what, I am approving it. And this is, I'm going to do it. So what you have to do, you have a set of goals, you have a set of dreams, you have a set of targets, which you have fixed yourself. You have given a time and date for yourself, right? Which I told you. And then you sign it. The moment you sign it, now it is all yours. You are in control of it. And ये छोटी सी चीज जो हमें नहीं सिखाई गई, people didn't tell us, and it makes a lot of difference in our life, in our mental health, our situations. Meditate. Now, meditation is a very important aspect. Meditation is not that you go and sit in some place and start reciting something. Meditation is simple. What you said, I told you in the bed. Every day when you wake up, just sit there, close your eyes, and visualize what is to be done today. That is again a meditation. But meditating on past is again the key to your success. Now, this is again a very big spiritual practice, which I have been making people practice, and this has come out of my years of experience of meditation and and the spiritual practices, if you keep visiting your past, however bad it is, even if it is traumatic, a lot of people might go through, girls, women go through a lot of traumatic experience in their childhood. Even if you've gone through it, revisit it, keep seeing it every day. After few days of seeing it regularly in details, the effect, the emotions will calm down. Slowly and slowly, all the effect, because every trauma, every past emotions creates a blockage in your mind, and it plays on you day and night. You don't know in your subconscious there is a trauma, and that trauma is playing on your mind. What you have to do to revisit that past? Keep seeing it, keep seeing it. Go as much, whatever past you remember, keep seeing it, good, bad, whatever. Slowly and slowly, your mind cells will calm down. These past emotions which are disturbing you, they create a pattern of failures. I'm telling you, I have met a lot of people who are repeatedly failing in spite of being very smart, knowing a lot of things, a lot of knowledge, a lot of hard work, but they're failing only because of that memory trauma which is there in their mind. So if you can revisit those memory trauma again and again, it sounds very funny, but it's very interesting also. You just keep watching yourself from the past. Keep going through those. You cannot remember all the dreams. First thing, even if you try, you cannot remember everything what has happened in your past. You will only get selective visions from your mind, and those visions are important. That is why they're coming to you. So keep seeing it, keep seeing it, keep seeing it. This is the biggest mantra I can give you. And within time, you will be stress-free. You will have most of your answers of your life coming to you. Create professional work and social network. This is the time. Please create a social network for yourself. I am in corporate, a senior level corporate employee. I also do a lot of other activities. Anybody who is successful and not successful, the key difference is in networking. You are in college right now. Let me tell you, if you create professional network, I'm not saying those networks, that friends and all that. Professional network. When you know I have to do something, a set of goals, who are the people who are important for me? Create that social and political network, professional network. अगर मुझे ये चाहिए, कल होकर मुझे ये बनना है, I have to become so and so. If I have to achieve set of goals, who are the set of social network, professional network which are important for me? Create that. It will really help you. It will make the key difference in the future is going to happen about your networking only. That is the key difference. Today, most of the people who are working in corporates, this is the key difference which is creating their success and failure. And the last very important effect is hobbies. Friends, hobbies is a must. Or I have seen a lot of people who have achieved a lot of positions, they have earned a lot of money, but they are very pained, they are very lonely, they are very disturbed, they are not happy, they still can't compete and become successful in other things. It's only because they are not able to guide their negative energies or any mental negative energies in some other field. It is very important that you have a hobby. If you don't have one, please create one. And it can be anything, any artwork, music, sports, whatever, reading. Create a hobby and follow it with passion. It will help you till your last breath of your life and the end of it. That will be your key differentiator from others. So always have a hobby. That is a key to your good mental health. And before I come to the last slide, this is the last slide of my presentation. This is a very interesting thing which I found, and I didn't had it. In my life, my parents, I also come from the same Indian background. Nobody told me, my friend, elder brothers, although they were quite successful and they have done very well for themselves in life, but they never told me, you should have, what is the vision of your life? I mean, anybody can type, if you have a vision of your life, if I ask you, do you have a vision? Do you know what's a vision, by the way? Anybody knows what's a vision? Every organization has a vision. You can just type in a Google, what is the vision of Nike? What is the biggest vision and mission? There's a mission statement and a vision. So every organization has a vision. So if you have any, do you have a vision of your life? What do you want to become? Or if you don't understand, let me just explain what is a vision. A vision statement is a document. I mean, that actually states the current and future objective of an organization. What I'm trying to say, please understand it. Current and future. The future is very important here. What you want to do in your life, the objectives. Vision statement is a kind of a guide to help the organization to make decisions. Similarly, we also have to have a vision for our life. Whenever I feel confused, I have a vision. Okay, I have to do this. This is the way I have to achieve. And then whatever I am doing, is it correlated with that? The moment I start uh, visualizing it with my vision, and I see, okay, this is not important right now for my vision. So the difference between important, I can prioritize myself. Whatever I am doing right now, is it in aligned with my vision of life? If not, it is not important. I should not be doing it. It's kind of a roadmap. It's every company, every organization, every person should have it in life. And again, I'm telling you, you go and read the biography of successful people in the world today. They all have a vision. They know what is to be done. So I'm just reading what is written over here to give you a bit better picture. It can be thought of as a roadmap to where the company wants to be within a certain time frame. We all are working in the corporate, all companies, they all have a vision. A vision statement is not only used in business as non-profits and or government offices, also is to set them, also use them to set goals. And a vision statement doesn't have any particular length. It is not a particular length. इतना ही बड़ा होना चाहिए. It can be short also. It can be long also. It can be pages also. You can write your vision for pages. A lot of people who are very imaginative, young people, they can have pages. I want to do this in my life. It has to be like this and yeah. But you should always have a vision. And vision statement should be formally written. When I'm saying it formally written, write it and sign it. Write it and sign it. It's a way to plan long term. It is the key. So when you go back from this presentation today, you ask yourself a few questions. Do you have set your goals? Is your goal having a timeline? Do you do things with discipline and patience? And lastly, you will face a lot of problems in your life, my friends. Lot of problems. We all face it. Life comes a lot. I will call it challenges. People call it problems. But we all have to solve it. Somehow or other, we all have to solve it. We never have to get out of it. So in the last slide, we should know how to solve a problem. There is no fixed formula for it, by the way, but there's a fixed set of techniques. The formula can be devised. You can create new. You're young. You can have your own ways, own colors mapped to it. But there are some few basic techniques which are proven techniques, which works with everyone, with every individual organization. The first is write your problem on a piece of paper. Very important. Whenever you face a problem, write it on a piece of paper or write it on a whiteboard. And then write all the possible reasons and challenges in detail without embarrassment. Without embarrassment, I'm saying to you. Nobody is going to read it. Don't show it to anyone. It's for your own self. Write all the possible reasons why this problem is there. And all the challenges which is making you not to solve them. Write it in detail. Everything. You think it is because of you only? I met people who are not able to quit smoking. It is because of them only. So they're embarrassed. A lot of people go into drugs, alcohol, all that bullshit. And they say, I'm not able to write it down. This is a problem and I want to get out of it. I'm having regular issues with my emotions and relationships. So it is somewhere some problem is you also, you're a problem. So write it down. Make a flowchart. Make a flowchart of all the problems, the emotions which are affecting. What are the areas of life which you are getting affected because of that? Because of that problem, how many things are getting affected? Make it, write it. Take notes. And this is a very important aspect. Guys, mental health, successful people, they always try to gather informations to any problem. They try to gather information. Information is a key to solutions. A person who is not getting successful is only because he's not having the right kind of information. If you have any problem in the world, remember it. You need to have more information about how this problem can be solved. What are the areas of this, why this problem is existing? Because you're not unique. This problem is also somewhere else and must have been solved. So try to gather information about that problem. Write all the possible outcomes which you think and which the information says. Go and take advice from your seniors, from friends, people. Take advice. But then try to assemble it. And last but not the least, never quit. Never ever quit on any issue, any problem, any problem. Never ever quit. Never quit. You will be successful. You will be happy. You will be peaceful. You will achieve what you want to do. Keep working hard. Keep doing well. So this is what I wanted to say. Uh, Thank you from my side.
Thank you, sir. This was a very informative webinar for us. I would just like to draw some light towards the conclusion. So, today we discussed the current situations and challenges that the students like me and others are facing. There have been a lot of distraction and there would be in future as well. I agree with you, sir, and we should work towards it. Moreover, we discussed about goals and what is the importance of timeline. We also looked upon the key mantras of success, whether be it BP or the visual effect and having a vision in life and the ways to solve the problem. All of us, all the students, we are in between achieving everything and nothing. So I think this webinar would help the students to get over their own challenges and problems and would guide us in future. Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words.
Thank you. Thank you. So you have any questions?
Anyone who has any questions, kindly write them in the chat box below.
Kanika says no. Anybody else has a question? Oh, that's a question from Samriddhi. Sir, do you believe? Can you type that question again? Sorry. Do you believe the law of attraction works in life? Law of attraction, absolutely. The law of attraction is basically the attraction is a predisposed commitment of souls. What you call attraction is a necessity involvement of two. If you believe in soul, fine. If you don't believe, there are two individual entities which are energies. We all human beings are energies. So when these two energies have some important aspect related with the universe, they have to do something important. Ayushi, I'll come back to you how mission and the vision is there. So these two entities, the energy orientation, they have to do something important. They come together, they get attracted. They call it attraction. It's like a coming, mingling together. There is always a purpose behind every kind of relationship. Every kind of relationship, every kind of orientation, there is a purpose, and there is a very big purpose. Samriddhi, I missed your statement. We want everything. So, law of attraction is a very vague word. You can call it the law of right kind of energy motive, energy. You know, that the law of universal consciousness, I say. I'd rather use the word, I was not using this hard word for you guys. The word is universal consciousness. There is a universe and there's a consciousness. We all are attached with each other with the consciousness. So this consciousness brings us together. So whenever somebody comes in your life as a friend, brother, sister, there is a predisposed consciousness. There's a predisposed motive, and that motive is very important for you to learn. We are all learning, and that learning is important for us. So it works. It works, Samriddhi. What was the question again? Mission statement and vision. So mission statement is actually how we have to do it. Vision is like what we have to do. What is the exact way? What is what we want to do, achieve in life, and some time. Mission statement is how. It is more of a more elaborate on the technical side. Mission is like how I am going to achieve this. Which are the which are the technology I'm going to use. What are the ways I'm going to use. It's more of a manifestation in terms of elaborate manifestation of the ways to do it. That is the difference, key difference between vision and mission statement. Anybody else? I hope you got the answer. Ayushi? Thank you. Anybody else? You're welcome, Ayushi.
Guys, if there are no more questions left, then maybe we can wrap it this session. And thank you so much, Ruturaj sir, for this amazing session. It was really insightful. We all learned a lot from this session. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. It was great
And
talking to
thank
you.
you so much to the college, Dolapram College, for giving us this opportunity to conduct a webinar here.
Thank you, ma'am. We are equally glad to have you here.
Everyone for showing up. And thank you so much, Muskan, for organizing this.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.